Accordia, conference organisers, distinguished guests, friends, good afternoon to everybody. It's a pleasure to speak with you today, even if it's only by video, amongst colleagues and collaborators who share a deep commitment to the power of knowledge. Today's gathering brings together leading minds in research, policy and public service, and I'm especially pleased to welcome David Mayer and his team from the Joint Research Centre in the European Commission. I also want to thank University College Dublin and Maynooth University for their leadership in convening this event and for working collaboratively with my department to make it happen. Ireland is a country that believes in the power of ideas. We've always understood that knowledge is a most valuable resource and people are our greatest natural asset. As Minister, it is my priority that we fully realise the potential of research and innovation for the benefit of our economy, our society and all our citizens. Ensuring there is a strong connection between the research community and policy making is an important objective in this regard, one of which we've put in the programme for government. We are building a knowledge economy, one where insight, data and discovery fuel innovation and where research is not just an academic pursuit, but a cornerstone of national progress. That's why my department is now leading Ireland's participation in this new EU Technical Support Instrument project, focusing on supporting evidence-informed policy making for the green and digital transitions. This initiative will provide a valuable opportunity to learn from other countries and how to bring research even closer to the heart of how we do government in Ireland. We've moved from good intentions to concrete actions, and in many ways we've now become a pathfinder for Europe. My department has led the way in putting innovative measures in place to make this ambition real. Ireland is no longer just participating in the conversation, we are helping to shape it. Some of our key achievements include the establishment of Research Ireland with a more comprehensive research remit, appointing a new independent government science advisor, Professor Aoife McLysaght, last year to lead a revised science advice mechanism for Ireland, establishing a civil service research network, bringing research leads across government departments together to address blockages and enabling research policy engagement, the rollout of strategic funding initiatives to build capacity for policy engagement within the higher education research sector, including Research Ireland's Challenge Call and Science Policy Research Programme, promoting fellowships for researchers interested in collaborating on projects within the civil service, and HGA funding to advance a wider societal impact for research, which is supporting research for policy work in ECD and in UL. Also supporting a community of practice of researchers who are interested in working with policymakers. This TSI project is therefore coming at a good time for us. We will build on those achievements, increase professional capacity and collaboration amongst policymakers and the research community for evidence-informed policymaking and drive innovation in the policy process. This work is part of a wider evidence-informed policymaking movement, and I recognise the achievements of my fellow departments in this respect, including colleagues in the Department of Taoiseach, with evidence use now embedded as a core pillar of the recently published Handbook for Policy Development for Civil Servants. Actions also led out by the Department of Public Expenditure and Reform include public service renewal to strengthen evidence for policy and effectively harness public service data, the ongoing work of the CSO here today to improve accessibility and the use of national datasets by our research community to inform policy responses. My department is also actively encouraging academic and research involvement in public life and in contributing to the solution of societal challenges such as healthcare, the green transition, housing and infrastructure. The strides made are ensuring that we are moving towards a situation where the decisions that define our society are becoming more strongly backed by evidence. My vision is for a future where policy is driven by people, proof and purpose. As the ancient Irish triad reminds us, 3 candles illuminate every darkness: truth, nature and knowledge. In a world of rapid technological change, climate uncertainty and global tensions, we must offer clarity and reassurance to the public, and that means working with the best available evidence. My goal is to nurture a system where leaders can confidently connect with research and data as tools for decision making. Ireland's economic success has long been underpinned by knowledge, and the role of research and innovation in sustaining that success is growing. Evidence-informed policymaking is not just a technical exercise, it's a creative and strategic imperative to tackle the complex challenges of our time. I want to foster a modern, dynamic and resilient evidence base across the public service. Research must bring together the best available data, experience and insight, and it must be credible, transparent, and accountable. Our task is to ensure that the evidence we use is not only technically sound, but practically relevant to the communities we serve. As one of the greatest statistical minds of the 20th century, George Box once said, "All models are wrong, but some are useful." That's a reminder that evidence must be tailored, not just presented, to address societal challenges and provide better outcomes for citizens. Across government, individual departments fund a significant volume of research activity, but often those efforts are fragmented. There are too many gateways, too much noise between the generation of knowledge and its landing on the policy table. We can no longer do this work without research being at the table, not as an afterthought, but as a partner, an active participant. Wise investment in research complements effective use of public funds and strengthens Ireland's economic competitiveness. As a minister, I talked to Dáil and a legislator, I know that quality evidence and rigorous evaluation are essential to good policy and responsible spending. As we continue to foster partnerships across academia, enterprise, and the public sector, we must also build and maintain the trust of citizens. That trust is the cornerstone of a future-ready, dynamic evidence and innovation ecosystem, and I want to see our researchers play an even stronger role in shaping it. The programme for government is clear about how we can go about this, by encouraging academic and research involvement in public life, and in contributing to the solution of key societal challenges. Establishing formal pathways for third-level researchers to inform government policy on critical issues underpinned by internationally recognised research. Scaling up exchange programmes and secondments between academia and government to enhance policymaking. And that also means strengthening science advice through the newly established Office of the Government Science Advisor and supporting Research Ireland to lead on innovation and tackle the critical issues facing our economy and society. As a country deeply committed to Europe, I welcome the opportunity to work with the European Commission's Joint Research Centre and other member states to take stock of our evidence ecosystem. This project will help us future-proof our research for policy agenda, and while we will of course learn from others, I want Ireland to be the leader. As Pericles said, our government does not copy our neighbours, but sets an example to them. That's our ambition, to be the best practice example in evidence-informed policymaking, not just in Europe, but globally. Let us work together to remove barriers, connect policymakers with expertise, and ensure that the decisions shaping our future are grounded in truth, nature, and knowledge. Gribh míle maith agaibh.